All right. Buckle up, rugby fans, because today we are diving deep, deep into some Springboks selection drama.
Oh, yeah.
You guys sent in this article all about Rassie Erasmus and the tough, tough choices he's got to make for this Scotland clash.
Yep.
And honestly, even for the diehards out there, even for me, I'm looking at this Springboks squad and thinking, man, this is stacked.
It really is. It is.
Like, how do you even begin to predict who's starting?
It's a good problem to have, right? Tons of talent, but
Yeah.
decisions. So let's get into it. Let's break down these 5 key areas where Erasmus has got some serious head scratchers.
It's a big time.
So we're going to help you guys, get ahead of the game before that first whistle blows.
All right.
Now, first up, we got to talk halfbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where it gets really, really spicy.
It does.
We're talking scrum half. We've got World Cup winners. You've got Jaden Hendricks. You've got Cobus Reinach.
Yep.
And then you throw in Grant Williams, rising star. And the talent just doesn't stop.
And then you go to fly half.
Oh, yeah.
Andre Pollard, he's back.
That's right.
So you've got him in the mix. You've got Manny Libach.
Yes.
And then this young gun Jordan Hendricks coming up.
Yep.
I mean, how do you even begin to choose?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because it's not just talent. It's the blend of, like you said, World Cup winners with these rising stars.
Right, exactly.
So it's a good headache to have, but how do you even begin to pick a starting lineup?
Right.
Well, I think you gotta almost look at it like, the fly half selection for me is almost the key that unlocks everything. Because if Erasmus is thinking, right, we're going to play this up-tempo, fast game, really try to challenge Scotland's aggressive defense, you're probably looking at someone like Libach with that running threat, and then you pair him with, someone like Reinach, who's got that speed.
Makes sense.
But on the flip side, if you're looking at Scotland and you're thinking, they love that tactical kicking game, you're probably leaning towards the experience of Pollard, and then someone like Jaden Hendricks, who's tactically very, very astute as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already picturing, Pollard just like last World Cup, just dismantling their defense with that tactical kicking.
Yeah. It could happen again.
It could be a repeat performance.
For sure.
All right, but let's move on.
Okay.
Tight head prop. Tight head prop is also just a hornet's nest of difficult decisions.
Yeah.
Malherbe, front smeller, he's out, injured. So that leaves Thomas Dutoit, Wilco Liu, Vincent Koff, all of them wanting that starting spot.
All very, very different players as well, which makes it even more interesting. This is where I think, understanding those little nuances of the scrum really comes into play.
Okay.
Scotland's scrum has been a little bit, shaky, especially that loose head side. So you're Erasmus, you're thinking, all right, I need some stability there. So someone like Dutoit with that experience.
Just lock it down.
You lock it down. But then again, you've got Erasmus, who is a master at finding those weaknesses and exploiting them.
Exactly, yeah.
So if he sees an opportunity to really target, Scotland's tight head, you might unleash Liu on them.
Right.
And just say, go cause havoc, disrupt that set piece.
It's like a chess match, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah.
You got to think steps ahead.
Absolutely.
And figure out how to counter.
And you can't forget Koff either.
Oh, yeah.
He's a real impact player off the bench, especially if, it's tight.
Yeah.
Those last 10 minutes,
yeah,
you bring him on, he could change the game.
Oh, totally. Okay, let's talk locks.
All right.
Locks, we've got Ron Nortje.
Yep.
He's in fantastic form, likely to lead that line out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
The veterans are back. Mostert and R.G. Snyman, they're back in the mix. So how do you make this decision?
It's so tough because you've got Nortje's line-out skills, which are just phenomenal.
Right.
Mostert, so versatile.
Yeah.
Can play, lock, flank. He can do it all.
Utility player.
Exactly. And then you bring in Snyman, raw power.
Yeah. It's a good problem to have, but it is still a problem.
It is. And this decision has huge implications.
Yeah.
Set piece dominance is so important.
Yeah.
Especially against a team like Scotland.
Right.
You've got to control those line-out scrums. Yeah. So, this is a big one for Erasmus.
Big time. All right, full back.
Okay.
We've got Damien Willems out.
Yeah.
So it's looking like a choice between Willie LaRue, the maestro, the playmaker.
Yeah.
And then you've got a Feli Fassi.
Yep.
Who's just, lightning.
Speed and dynamism.
Yeah. So, this feels like, to me, this is kind of a window into Erasmus's game plan?
I think so.
You know, if he's thinking, all right, we're going to play it a little safe, use that tactical kicking, pin Scotland back. LaRue's your guy.
100%. If you're thinking attack,
yeah,
stretch that Scottish defense, use those weaknesses out wide,
yeah,
then you're looking at Fassie.
It's like choosing a scalpel or a sledgehammer.
It really is.
You know what I mean?
Two completely different approaches.
Right. What do you guys think? What would you do, listeners? Hit us up in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. Scalpel or sledgehammer?
Okay. Last big one, then.
Last big one.
The bench.
Oh, the bench.
This is where it gets...
This is where it gets really, really strategic.
Really strategic, yeah.
So 6-2 split, loading up on those forwards, or 5-3, giving yourself some more options in the back line.
Mm.
What do we think?
You know, with Snyman and Mostert back, it's tempting, right?
Yeah.
To go 6-2.
Bulk up.
Bulk up. Because, like we said, that set-piece battle is going to be crucial.
It is.
But you got to think about that breakdown. You got to think about those back row. If there are injuries,
Coverage, yeah.
You've got to have that coverage. So it's all about balance.
Right.
And planning for those what ifs,
Yeah, yeah. And again, it just goes to show, the depth of this Springboks squad is just...
It's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we've talked halfbacks.
Yep.
We've talked props, locks, fullback, and of course the bench.
Yeah.
I do not envy Erasmus having to make these calls.
No, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
No.
But you know what?
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
It is.
Shows you how strong South African rugby is right now.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Knowing Erasmus, he might just pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Oh, totally. He loves a surprise.
He does. He keeps us guessing.
That's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
So, all right, listeners, we've given you the options. What crazy, wild picks do you think Erasmus is going to make?
Yeah. Put on your selector hat.
Let's hear it. Hit us up
Let's go.
in the comments. Let us know.